With ABA, with autism in general, we talk a lot about the service cliff. Okay, so people that hit the age of 22 in the United States of America and they drop off the service cliff and they don't get any services. That's not true. There are services. There's Medicaid waivers for adults with autism. However, the problem is, and this is a very specific contextual problem that we have in America, is that it's two entirely different systems funding the services. And the biggest issue that I face with it is that this whole notion of as you're a child, your treatment is all based off of medical necessity. And so through traditional insurance, private pay insurance, government insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid, there's this definition of medical necessity in terms of like applied behavior analysis and autism intervention. That's wonderful. The issue that I run into is, as a 37-year-old autistic adult man living in the state of Indiana, that when you get into a Medicaid waiver, there's a difference between Medicaid and a Medicaid waiver in the United States of America. My services through the autism Medicaid waiver in the state of Indiana are not based off of medical necessity. Now, there is some intention there to help provide a good quality of life, and things like that. But the whole idea of medical necessity isn't even in the picture anymore. It's taken out of the equation. So at what point do we switch from a model of medical necessity to a model of non-medical necessity? So just because you're an adult, you hit the age of 22, there is no other diagnosis that I'm aware of where you drop medical necessity because, like, if you have cancer, you don't drop medical necessity at the age of 22 just because someone is at the age of 22. And so I'm a little bit concerned in terms of autism that we are allowing them to drop medical necessity at the age of 22 and turn to a quality of life based care system. Now, I'm not saying quality of life is a terrible system. There are some good things in the Medicaid waiver, but just because I'm 22 now doesn't mean, or just because I'm 37 now, doesn't mean that medical necessity definition changes for me. It's still medically necessary for me to do something that a 12-year-old does at the age of 37. You can't change the operational definition of medical necessity based on age. And so, it's concerning to me that we're dropping the ball on this. And I'm not sure why we've created different funding streams for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, to address this issue. And it bothers me. And I think that in order to have a good quality of life as an autistic adult, medical necessity still has to be a part of the equation. And I'm interested in starting a conversation about how to bring that back for autistic adults. For some reason, that part of our life was taken away when we hit the age of 22. And I'm interested in bringing that back. We live as adults in a completely different environment as autistic adults than we did as autistic children. And so we really want to bring that back. And so I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on this and having a conversation with you.